Emily tried to seize a chance to escape, but the attacker knocked him to the ground and pinned him down, attempting to assault him. In a daze, Emily instinctively grabbed a nearby rock and struck the man's head. He quickly scrambled to his feet, delivering several powerful kicks to ensure the man could no longer move, and then let out a warning roar. A fisherman out at sea happened to witness this. A few days later, two boys discovered the body of Emily's ex-boyfriend in the marsh, having fallen from a tall lookout tower. Police concluded that it was far from a simple accident. The only lead was a red fiber found on the victim's clothing. Following this clue, investigators traced it to Emily's house, a quiet, eerie, and somewhat intimidating home. Inside, they found a red knit hat. Everything seemed to point to Emily. The townspeople weren't surprised. Emily had always been a loner, living deep in the marsh, earning the nickname Marsh Girl. Children even whispered rumors about her being a wicked witch. Her arrest drew applause from the community. In her darkest hour, a retired lawyer offered Emily kindness for the first time. She opened up about her past. She had once had a seemingly normal, happy family. Her mother was gentle and loved painting, but her father's alcoholism and violence destroyed the household. One morning, she saw her father passed out drunk in the living room, while her mother silently packed and left. Her mother's departure was just the beginning. One by one, her older siblings fled, each bearing scars from her father's abuse. After her closest brother left, Emily learned to navigate life alone, hiding in quiet corners of the marsh where plants and animals became her companions. She eventually tried to communicate with her father, but progress was minimal. At the town grocery store, she experienced kindness. The shopkeeper gently encouraged her to go to school, mentioning free lunches and appealing meals. Emily hesitated but left with a small lollipop in her bag, feeling warmth for the first time in years. Wearing one of her mother's childhood dresses, she ventured into town. School life was harsh. She was mocked and isolated. Unable to endure it, she ran out after her first day, the only day she ever attended. Her father occasionally tried to make amends with small gestures, like giving her a worn-out backpack, but it never lasted. When Emily received a letter from her mother, her father took it and burned it before her eyes. She collected the ashes in a jar, holding on to her mother's memory. Alone, Emily survived by exchanging labor for food and supplies at the grocery store. The marsh, once seen as desolate and dangerous by outsiders, became her sanctuary. Surrounded by nature, she grew into the Marsh Girl of legend. Her peaceful life changed when she discovered a tree stump in the wild with feathers, useful items, and a note, signs of kindness. She ran home and left a feather in return. Tate, a fisherman's son who had helped her as a child, reconnected with her. He patiently taught her to read, and Emily immersed herself in learning, revealing her artistic talents. Together, they explored the marsh, studying nature and bonding over shared passions. One sunny afternoon, their first kiss marked the start of a tender love, giving Emily a sense of being cherished for the first time. Seasons passed. Tate received a college acceptance letter, but promised to return for Independence Day to watch fireworks with her. Emily spent the month waiting, coping through painting, only to be disappointed when he didn't show. Heartbroken, she burned her carefully drawn sketches, trying to process her emotions. 5 years later, a developer targeted Emily's home. She used her artwork to publish books and pay off taxes, securing her home. One day, while painting by the sea, Chase, a well-known local figure, noticed her and pursued her attention. He took her to an old lookout tower, where she admired the marsh in full view, but also sensed Chase's subtle need for control, reminiscent of her father. Emily resisted, constantly wary of retaliation, avoiding staying home too long. She planned first to meet her publisher in town, covered her injuries with makeup, and took the earliest bus to meet the editor. After a night in a hotel, she returned to the town. Soon after, she faced first-degree murder charges. Rumors and accusations surrounded her, but Emily blocked them out, focusing on her marsh life and painting. Her lawyer argued that key evidence, the missing shell necklace of Chase, was insufficient to prove guilt. Emily had no opportunity or time to commit the crime. After 6 hours of deliberation, the jury found Emily not guilty. She eagerly returned to her marsh home, rejoicing like reuniting with an old friend. Her books were published, she became a renowned naturalist, and reconnected with her mother's relatives. Although her mother later passed away, Emily rejoined Tate. They chose not to marry, valuing freedom, and continued documenting the natural world together. In her final days, Emily sailed alone in the marsh, embracing nature as she wished. After her passing, Tate preserved her work and donated it to a university lab. Her legacy, the sketches and stories of the marsh, lives on,